We are back. We're bolder and bigger than ever before.
That we're not just excited about the new filmmakers, but we're excited about your next feature.
All of the unions are looking for above-inflation pay increases right now. It's unsustainable.
Are they factual and are they entertaining? Hell yeah.
And how we can represent Wales with this show is really kind of thrilling.
Let's keep telling our stories, and let's make sure they are seen.
Just like the X Factor best bits, isn't it? But it's all of you drinking coffee. Bore da, good morning. I hope you're feeling good and refreshed today, ready for another big day here at the Wales Screen Summit. We've got an incredible day 2 ahead for you. Starting, I suppose, well, and this is the theme throughout the day, discussions about how we're adapting and pivoting as an industry. We're going to be hearing from some brilliant young digital creators as well in our Hanch competition later on, which is all about pitching. We're going to be shining the light on sustainability as well, which is something that is so important to so many, of course, and hearing about the pioneering work done by the participants of the Greening the Screen initiative from Media Cymru and Film Cymru. We're also going to be giving you exceptional insight into how to make the best of your business and make the most of your content. And some big chats as well with some serious players in this game. We've got the manager of the Sidemen in the room, and also the Director General's popping in for a chat later on, as he does. But we're going to start with an opening address now from the Interim Director of BBC Wales, GARMON RHYS. CROESO, GARMON.
Bore da i chi gyd, oedd hi'n braf iawn gweld nifer ohonych chi yma yn y packet ddo, a diolch i chi gyd am fod yma mor gynnar y bore yma. Mae mor bwysig bod ni'n gallu dod at ein gilydd i drin a thrafod diwydiant sgrin yn y cyd-destun Cymreig mewn fforwm fel hyn. A dwi jyst eisiau dweud diolch i Emyr, i Holly a'r holl griw cynhyrchu am yr holl waith yn dod â'r digwyddiad yma at ei gilydd. A dwi'n gwybod bod o wedi bod yn ddiwrnod gwerthfawr iawn. So yesterday we discussed some of the creative and economic challenges we face in the sector as audience habits change, as platforms develop, and as technology advances. But we also reflected on success. And we shouldn't lose sight of the fact that we've collectively built a strong creative cluster in Wales, producing exceptional content for a wide range of broadcasters and platforms. And within that context, it was great to hear Eve Miles reflect yesterday afternoon on the success of The Guest. So that production is just one example of how changes to commissioning at the BBC is delivering for audiences. Co-commissioning our highest impact projects with network colleagues means we can pool our resources. It allows us to deliver more ambitious content that portrays Wales and content that really stands out in a world of infinite choice. And the approach is working. So when The Guest launched last month, we saw BBC Cymru Wales record its best weekly iPlayer figures ever. And that isn't a one-off. So Death Valley is one of the BBC's most successful comedy drama launches in recent years. It's been a hit in the UK, but it's also one of the BritBox's most successful programmes in America this year. And it's now sold to over 100 markets internationally. So that's delivering Welsh portrayal globally. And I'm also delighted that yesterday we announced a number of new titles produced by Welsh companies, including a documentary focusing on one of Wales's most accomplished artists, Gwen John, and a 2-part series on the Welsh musical revolution that became known as Cool Cymru, and a brand new comedy co-starring and co-written by Ruth Jones and Steve Spears, and we're really excited by that. There are more high-impact productions to be announced soon, and it looks like 26-27 could be a high watermark in terms of portrayal of Wales on the BBC. But we're not stopping there. We want to work with you to deliver even more impact. So we're partnering with BBC Content and Creative Wales to fund the development of a new factual entertainment series. Production companies with a substantive base here in Wales are invited to pitch ambitious, bold, original ideas, and I can't wait to see them. Today, the summit focuses on innovation and how we maximise IP and digital opportunities. So how do we, as a sector, drive digital transformation to grow our value and reach new audiences? We're also looking forward to, as Steph mentioned, to the conversation with Tim Davey, the BBC's Director General, who will close the summit for this year. And it is apt that Tim is speaking today, because he is determined to build a BBC that's fit for a digital and AI age. We're proud of the way we've developed the iPlayer. So last year, it was the fastest growing long-form video on demand platform in the UK. And we are working hard to invest even more in the content and the user experience to make it even stronger. We're also ambitious in the BBC to drive innovation through AI and new technologies. And you might not know that some of the BBC's work in this area is actually being led and developed by colleagues just around the corner in Central Square. But as we've heard during this summit, changes in technology and platforms present challenges as well as opportunities. And the risk we face as PSBs is that global online platforms, rather than distinctly Welsh or British broadcasters, will come to dominate. So we do need support. We need to ensure that PSB content stands out, not just on smart TVs, but on platforms like YouTube. Yet we're in a world where disinformation is growing, and AI threatens to supercharge that trend. So the role of PSBs is more important than ever. We need to ensure that impartial news is promoted on the platforms that young people use. We need to expand tax credits to incentivise productions here in Wales. And as we respond to all these changes around us that we've been discussing at this summit, we, as the PSB broadcasters and the wider sector, need to work together more effectively than ever. And with a green paper on the way, that's going to start a public consultation on the Charter, I'd urge you all to take part in that process and give your views on the future role of the BBC here in Wales. We're not approaching that process with the aim of just maintaining the status quo. So informed by the insights we've gathered from the biggest public engagement process in our history, we're going to outline a plan for growth, a plan that ensures we're relevant to every household in a world that's changing quickly. So as we look to the future, there is a lot to discuss, and I hope you have a fantastic second day of the summit. Diolch yn fawr iawn i chi gyd.